Welcome to this, the 10th edition of Bullseye. 10 years we've been with you now, and they've been, well, the past 9 have been marvellous for me. I've really enjoyed it. I've been privileged to be part of a very successful, popular show. 10 years we're in. I'd like to thank the producer, the secretaries, all the people contributing to the programme, the lighting men, the cameramen. I don't think I've forgotten anybody. And, oh, of course, there's Bully as well. He'll keep us on the straight and narrow. We hope you enjoy the series as much as you have done in the past. Let's meet our first contestants tonight in this first of the 10th edition of Bullseye. How are you, Anne?
Fine, thank you.
Very elegant lady. From Camberley in Surrey. Oh, I know Camberley quite well. Frimley and you know where.
That's right, yeah.
You've been there, you've played there a few times, I bet, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you might have. You play a lot of darts?
Yes, I do.
How many nights a week?
At the moment, 7.
You ought to be thoroughly ashamed of yourself.
I know.
How are you, Colin?
I'm fine, thanks, Jim.
And you're looking remarkably cool, sir.
God, it won't last, don't worry.
You think it's going to build into a sweat, is it, this eventually? You're the pub manager of the Queens.
That's fine.
Well, they should be good at darts,
Oh,
shouldn't they? They'll be all right with throwing darts. You're a former merchant navy man.
That's fine.
You've seen the world?
Yeah, most of it.
All of it. What sort of stuff did you cart about around the world?
Oh, everything. We took oil, ammunition, passengers. My first job was taking £10 immigrants down to Australia.
You're joking.
No.
Really? How many years ago was that?
1970, 20 years ago.
£10, I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only just remember it.
Yeah.
Well,
I was very young.
Yes, I know, I was very young. £10 to go, yeah.
Yeah.
George Boyd, not Boyd George, nice to see you. From Whitehaven, George. Yeah. From Whitehaven, my part of the world. You're married with a family?
Yeah.
Of how many?
2, a girl 12 and a boy 8.
And we thought we might just be able to persuade camera 1 there with Adam's camera. Do you want to give him a little wave? Say hello.
All right, Mandy. Gary.
That's it. Do you know your wife's name? Do you do?
She's here.
She's with you tonight. Oh, she doesn't need to be mentioned, then she's sitting behind.
Give her a wave.
Give her a wave.
Hey,
that's it. Richard, you're from Chorley, Rich?
Chorley, yeah.
You live Chorley? I know it well. Yeah. I've done a few clubs in Chorley in my time. And you work for British Leyland?
Yeah.
You play golf?
Yeah,
What do you play?
occasionally.
What do you play?
I'm about 20 at the moment.
Because Greeny, you know, our scorer, he's taking golf up to be phenomenal.
Is he?
He really is a bandit. He's wicked. on to the end now. How are you, Brian?
What's the bad, Jim?
Welcome to the show you're from Luton, and Paul... Well, I don't believe this. Now, listen to this, all the viewers at home. How would you pronounce this? I'm going to spell his second name. The researchers put this guy on as a challenge. S-Z-C-Z-U-R-Y-K. So that's Paul... It's really digger.
It's Shurik.
Shurik?
Yeah, it's quite easy to pronounce.
Yes, that's right. You just made me feel totally inadequate now. That's all I needed to do was ask him. Paul Shurik. It's a... Where's it from? Ukraine, is it, Paul?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously you've been in England all your life.
Yeah, I have, yeah. Born here.
So far, born here, yeah, right. You both work for British Telecom, and the expression you used, Brian, when we talked to you about it was, your job is to uplift the network.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. As everything's modernised,
yeah,
we're the ones in between where it's going from an old system to a new system. Yeah. We're making sure all the data's correct to go on a new system. Like.
And that's called uplifting it?
Or data cleanse, the more technical name, I think they call it.
Yeah, right. That's fine. You've travelled the world, Paul.
Yeah, I went round.
No, you've travelled it as an individual, as against a merchant seaman or a serviceman?
Yeah, I just went in, bought a ticket and went.
You worked in Australia?
Yeah, I did work there, yeah, for about 6 months.
Yeah, what did you do?
Loads of different jobs.
Anything, really?
Made cat food, sold hot dogs.
Really?
Done rum raffles, stuff like that.
And just
casual work.
Just anywhere?
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah, where you could find it.
But now you finished uplifting British Telecom, have you, with Brian?
Yeah.
That's good.
My travels have ended.
Welcome our contestants tonight. We're in the Super. Come round the floor. There are, well, apparently very able contestants tonight. Tony, nice to see you. Category board there. Here are the questions waiting to be answered, and over there, the brains of the teams waiting to answer the questions. Questions in the first round, £30 each. Nice, steady start. Come on, Colin, let's play Bullseye. Choose a subject for Anne.
Faces, please, Jim.
Faces. Come on, Anne. Faces your partner would like.
Right, Anne. It's 50.
£50 you've got. Good start for you there, Col. For a further 30, all of you look at your monitors, remember your bonus buttons, but Colin has first chance to tell me, who is that?
Cherry Hall.
Jerry Hall gives you another £30. Well done. We move on. Richard for George.
Sport, please, Jim.
Sport. Come on, George. Sport, sir.
50.
£50 you've got. Another £30 for you, Richard, if you can tell me this. In which regatta does the competition for the Diamond Sculls take place?
The Henley.
Good man. Gives you another £30. Can we keep it up? Paul for Brian.
Books, please, Jim.
Books. Come on, Brian. Books.
That's a bullseye!
£200. Well done. Woof. Now then, this is quite fascinating. You'll probably get this right, but it does alter the tactics of the whole game now. You'll see in the ensuing 2 minutes. For £30, Paul, who did Cathy fall in love with in Wuthering Heights?
Not a clue.
No idea. Thanks for saving us time. Richard, for £30.
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff is right for £30. So the scores at the end of round 1 are £80 for Alan Colin, £110 for George and Richard, but £200 for Brian and Paul. Well played. Questions in round 2, £50 each. A little bit more difficult, the questions, and you see the categories are disappearing. So here we go, Colin. Round 2, choose a subject for Anne.
Showbiz, please.
Showbiz. Come on, Anne. Shouldn't be any problem for you.
50, Jim.
£50 you have.
Well done.
For a further £50, Colin, which actor plays Ken Barlow in Coronation Street?
William Roach.
William Roach gives you another £50. Well done. We move on. Richard for George.
Words, please, Jim.
Words. Come on, George. Words we'll have, please.
50.
£50. They're not being tempted by that bullseye. I think they're being very sensible. Here we go, Richard. For £50, what name is given to an auctioneer's hammer or mallet?
Gavel.
A gavel is right. Well done, Richard. You're looking good. Now then, Paul.
Affairs, please.
Affairs we'd like, Brian.
50.
£50. He's done all the damage he wants to do. He's playing sensibly. Well played, Brian. For another £50 for you now, Paul. What is the name of the space telescope sent into orbit in April 1990? You've no light on, you're OK.
The Hamill, is it?
It's not, but there's a light on, Richard.
The Hubble.
Is right, sir, for £50. Well played. Which gives us the scores at the end of game 2. £180 for Anne and Colin, £260 for George and Richard, and Brian and Paul, £250. Well done. £100 a question. All very close. The categories left, there are just the 4, and they're isolated, so the dart players must be very careful. Colin, for Anne.
History, please, Jim.
History we'd like.
100.
£100. Well done, Anne. Very good game. Colin, for a further £100, in which Scottish valley were the MacDonald clan massacred by the Campbell clan, assisted by English troops?
Glencoe.
Without me saying in 1692 is absolutely correct. The massacre of Glencoe, £100. We move on. Richard.
Britain, please, Jim.
Britain we'd like. George. Britain.
50.
Still playing it cautiously and I think quite sensibly. Another £100 for you, Richard, if you can tell me this. Which group of around 140 islands includes St Mary's, Tresco and Briar in its 5 inhabited islands?
The Orkneys.
I can offer it across to Paul.
Is it the Hebrides?
It's not. I can see how you were doing it, but in fact it was the other group, the Scilly Isles. All right, we move on. Paul, choose for Brian.
Places, please.
Places we'd like, Brian, please.
Yes, £50, Jim.
Safety again, right. 50 I have. For £100, what is the name of the small independent state situated high in the Pyrenees between France and Spain? And there's a light on.
Is it Monaco?
It's not Monaco, but for £100, Colin, Andorra gives you a £100 bonus, which gives us the scores at the end of game one. £480 for Anne and Colin, £310 for George and Richard, and £300 for Brian and Paul. You're all doing very, very well. We move on to game two. Here, the three dart players compete in 3 rounds of darts against each other to win for their partner a question. And the value of that question is the winning score. It's pounds for points. We could lose a fortune here. Over to Tony.
Right you are, Anne. First round. 20. 20. Another 20, 60, very consistent. Right, George, 60 to beat. 5. 1. Another 1, 7. That's a worry. 60 to beat, Brian. 20. Treble 20. And 20, 100, which takes the first round.
Well played. Good, well done. You boys really are playing well. Now, this is for £100, Paul, and it does get you to within snapping distance of Anne and Colin. We'll give you £400 in all if you can tell me this. What type of fruit is a sturmer, spelled S-T-U-R-M-E-R?
Is it an apple?
Are you asking me or telling me?
Telling you.
You're telling me. I'm telling you, you've got £100. Well done. Gives us £480, playing £310, playing £400. Ooh, back to Tony.
Right you are, Anne. It's double 1. Treble 20. And 20, 82. Well done. Okay, George, 82 to beat. Treble 20. 20. And 20, 100. Right, 100 to beat. 20. 20. And 20, 60. The second round to George on 100, Jim.
OK, Richard, it's worth £100 to you, which puts you well within winning distance here. What's your bonus lights as well? What name was given to the form of jazz music popularised in the mid-50s by Lonnie Donegan?
Skiffle.
Skiffle gives you £100. Gives us, look at this before the last round, £480 for Anne and Colin, £410 for George and Richard, and £400 for Brian and Paul. Well done. Back to Tony.
20. 20. Another 20 you've thrown well. That's 60. It's a score to beat, George. 20. 1. Another 1. 22. Brian, 60 to beat. 20. Treble 20. Another treble 20. 140. And takes the
Brilliant. What? I don't need to say too much to hear, Paul. Suffice it to say that you get this right, you get £140, giving you 540, and passes you on to Bullish Prize Board. Remember your bonus lights. As we come in with a question, this is it. In Greek legend, who killed his father and married his mother? Shh. No lights on. You're OK for a sec, Paul?
Apollo?
It's not, and there's a light on, and it's worth £60 to you, if you can tell me, Colin.
Oedipus.
Oedipus gives you £60, which means at the end of the first part of this evening's edition of Bullseye, we have Anne and Colin with £540, George and Richard £410, and Brian and Paul £400, which means, sadly, we've got to leave 4 great, talented people. George and Richard, Brian and Paul, in you come. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry, really. Sorry to lose you, because you've been brilliant. Absolutely, Mark. You really have been great. Brian and Paul, £400. You've got your bendy bullies and your tankards there and your darts. Take them with a lot of fond memories, we hope, of the day, because you've been a privilege to have on the show. And George and Richard, £410. I've got it here. I shall start to count it out now. The bullies and the tankards and darts are yours. You've been great. Represented the North very well. Very nice. Thank you very much indeed. Be back, please, in 2 minutes. We've got a great second half for you. See you soon. Welcome back to part 2 of this edition of Bullseye. My word, a very wealthy couple here now, Colin and Annie. What, 540 quid? You played well. You did really well, didn't you? I thought we'd gone on the Oedipus and the Apollo bit. It was lovely how that came in, wasn't it? Yeah. Incredible. Very good. It was a lovely game. I'm sure you at home enjoyed that as much as we did in the studio. You can relax for a second now. You've told us about your charity, but we've got a guy here who we think is going to do very well for you. And also, we hope he's going to try and win Bronze Bully for the year. He's one of the game's characters, colourful, ever cheerful, good value for the punter. Wherever you go and see Bobby George. He's brilliant. And he's here tonight as he throws for charity. Bobby George. Best of luck, Bob. Thank you.
OK, Bobby, set him alight. Treble 20. 20. And 20. 100. Good start, mate. And again, Bob. Treble 20. Treble 20. And 20. 140. Come on, Bobby.
So what do I want, son?
61 or more will do, Bob, to double it.
Oh, dear.
5. 20. Oh, unlucky. 45.
Yeah,
Yeah, he should have gone straight in there, Bob. 285. Well done.
Oh, big boy. Nice to see you. We thought we were in then. Never mind.
Well, 10 years, I just make the number up every year, Jim.
£285 you got from charity. Where's it going?
It's going to the local asthma society.
We're delighted. That'll be on its way at the end of the programme, straight off. Young Robert, nice to see you. Always. Where do you get all this? Are you declaring everything?
You having a go at me again?
No, I'm not having a go. What's this here about Jim Davidson telling me? You're going fishing with him. Are you doing a bit of fishing?
Well, every time I went to go fishing with Jim Davidson,
yeah,
he got married.
He did, didn't he? Lovely to see you. I know you've built your own house and you're doing very nicely, sir.
Yeah.
Always good value, I tell you, this guy. Go to an exhibition, have a night with him, he's superb. Thanks for coming. You're always welcome on the programme.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, sir.
God
9 years you've been with us. Well, 10 now.
10?
10th time.
Oh, yeah, 10.
Never miss
you
one.
get your pension, won't you, next year?
With a bit of luck, yeah. I'm hoping so. God bless you. Wish him all the best.
Thank you,
very
darling.
much. Cheers.
Hey, lovely.
God bless
Good
you.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby George. Thanks, Bob. Just that last is amazing, going so well. Right, now it's your turn. Lovely prizes behind Bully's prize board. Let's have a look at them tonight.
In 1.
Start the week with a smile with this combined washer-dryer.
In 2.
Home accounts are as simple as pie with this home computer.
In 3.
For hour after hour of family fun, a croquet set.
In 4.
Something to talk about and no walkabout. It's a TV with remote control.
In 5.
For those who really like to get close, a pair of binoculars and case.
In 6.
You'll start every day okay with this radio alarm clock.
In 7.
For really perfect pictures, this very latest camera.
In 8.
Now here's a tasty prize. It's a food hamper.
And Bully's special prize.
Concert hall reproduction with this MIDI hi-fi with CD player. Behind that board, those sectors and Bully Star Prize, 9 prizes. We're giving you 9 darts. 6 for Anne, Berkshire champion. Oh, dear. And Colin, 3 for you. All right, keep out of the black and in the red. Nothing in this game for 2 in a bed. The lights will tell you when you've won the prize. Right. Just think about that, maybe. Yes. All right, off you go. Best of luck.
OK, Anne. Best of luck. That's black. That's red. It's number 4.
Fine. That's the 21-inch colour TV and remote.
Red again, number 3.
That's the croquet set. 2 on 3's fine.
Just remember what's gone, Colin.
Look at your lights, Cole.
Black. Black. Black again.
Right, nice and steady. Don't worry, don't worry.
OK, Anne. Still 3 prizes.
Still 3 to go, sweetheart.
Black. That's red. It's number 5.
That's the binoculars and case. It's a nice prize.
And that's black.
You have won the croquet set, the 21-inch colour TV and remote, and the binoculars and case. You've also won £540, and the £285 is off to your asthma unit back home. The money, take home whatever happens, along with your bullies, your darts and your tankards. It's these prizes, this massive prizes you have won. Right? Are you prepared to risk gambling a croquet set, a colour TV and some binoculars against tonight's star prize, which is hiding behind bully? Far be it from me to suggest what you do. What do you think you should do? What do you think? 101 or more with 6 darts. The non-dart player's got to go first. We've got the Berkshire champion here. All right, you've got the time it takes the board to revolve to tell us what you'd like to do. The board's going now. What do you think now? Really tell them. Yes? Ooh. Oh, I can't handle the pressure. What do you reckon, the pair of you?
There's no way I could have a croquet set in the house. I've got to gamble.
You've got to go. You're not having a croquet set in your house. 101 or more, we're all going for you, really. I promise you. Come on. Come with me, Anne. Best of luck, Cole. No, do take your time.
OK, Colin, just don't rush. Plenty of time, as I say. Just settle yourself in. 101 or more for tonight's star prize, and the best of luck, Colin. It's 1. 1. And 20, so 22. And 79 or more for tonight's star prize. Treble 1. Treble 20. And 17, that's it!
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Really sit it. There you go. How's that? How's that? Fantastic. Sit in, Dan. Sit in. Sit in. Come on, man your head. Sit in there. In you come here. There you go. That's a beautiful economic motor in one of the best British cars ever built. There you are. Your bullies, your darts, your tankards. £540, £285 Bobby got you for charity. We're absolutely delighted. Thanks to you for watching the programme. A wonderful start to a new series. We can't believe it. Thanks very much for watching. See us next week. We may keep it up throughout the year as you watch Bullseye every Sunday. See you soon. You can't beat a bit of bully. Bye.